Alright, this is how I finesse my way into the Strength SMP. So to understand this, we have to go back about maybe 3 months ago, I think. Somewhere around that. I had this viewer, and I forget where he asked me. It might have been verbally, it might have been in Discord or a DM, I'm not sure. But they said, yo, are you trying to join Lifesteal? And my answer was, no. What are you, crazy? Lifesteal is like the big dogs, okay? I'm not the big dogs. That ain't me. Okay, so are you trying to join Infuse? Well, no, not really. Again, Infuse is a big dog too, in my eyes. So, you try and join levels? Nah, not really. Yo, you try and join strength? But I said no, because like, I don't care what server I play on. I really don't. I've always said this, but like, all these popular SMPs, like, it's not about what twist they have. It's not about their fancy plugin, right? It's the people that make it what it is. So theoretically, you could play anywhere and still have a great time. That's how I see it, at least. But this person told me that you should try to get into like strength or something because that's a big SMP and that'd be huge for you. And I was like, okay, thanks. I don't know why you think you know what's best for me. Even I don't know what's best for me. Fast forward like a week or two later, I DM Ty, the owner of Strength, and I'm like, yo, I'm fucking lost. I want to make good SMP content, but I don't know where to play because every server seems temporary, especially the ones I started because goddamn was that a train wreck. What he told me was, yo, I have this server and I'm specifically inviting people who I think have potential. This server was called the Content SMP. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll join this. And in the server was like a lot of previous strength members because this was like off season. And the thing that was unique about Content SMP, aside from like everything else, was that there was no twist. Usually your content has to revolve around a twist. Lifesteal has hearts. Infuse has potion effects. Levels has, well, levels. You know what I mean? I guess the gimmick of Content SMP was that there was no gimmick. You had to make your own shit. Like, for example, in my video, if I want to be like in a giant fight, I have to make the arena, I have to give people a reason to fight, and I have to schedule the event. And so that was tough, but it was kind of cool in a way because it forces you to be creative and like kind of problem solve in a way, trying to like balance all these little aspects of your event because it is your event after all. It's not the server's event, it's your event. You're basically creating your own setting for your own video. So you could do this, or you could participate in whatever events there are going on and make that your videos. So I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. Like, it feels very scuffed, but like in a good way. Like, it's not overly professional. It's not like overly scripted, which is what I like. Because the alternative is to like, you know, stage the events and like script things out and get people to act for your video. And I don't like that. And what I'll say is like, there's nothing wrong with making staged content, right? It's like the best way to get the perfect outcome for your video. It's all about what comes out of the event that matters, right? But I feel like it lacks a level of creativity because sometimes things don't go as planned. Some things fail, some things change. You can't perfect everything, okay? But to take that and make a good video out of that, I think that takes skill. I think it takes a lot of skill. But this is off topic. Ty said to all of us that people who make videos on Content SMP will have a higher chance of getting into strength than others that don't. So it became very apparent that Content SMP was the stepping stone to get into strength. Because for one, you have an incentive to make this video in order to get into the next thing. And two, the server was going to end before season 2 of strength starts. So once that ends, you're basically homeless. Well, SMP-less, I guess. You get what I mean. And so I thought about what that viewer said to me because they were the person that said that I should get into strength. And the reason I said no initially was that like, when I think about the people who make strength videos, and then my videos in comparison, I'm like, there's not even a comparison here. Their videos are way better than mine by a long shot. Like, yeah, I could apply to it and I probably wouldn't get in, but if they denied me, I wouldn't blame them because I don't think I fit in here. I'm not over here pulling 10K views a video. It just ain't happening. And so that's why I thought they were crazy. But anyways, I made my video on the Content SMP. It was called Living Inside My Enemy's Base. That was the first video I made. The storyline was like, I just joined, so I need a base to grind at, so I went base hunting, and then I found a base, and then I made a base in their base. And then I ended up making friends with the person who owns the base. And that was the whole video. It wasn't like bad, but wasn't great either. Fast forward a little bit later, and the server's about to close. And they also just opened applications for strength. And like everybody I talked to about this said that, yo, you should apply. Just apply for it. What's the worst that can happen? They say no? Okay, whatever. Go find something else to play. This would be a crazy opportunity for you. And you shouldn't just pass this up. Yeah, I guess you're right. But like, I'm not getting in though. I'm not getting in. Like, it's not even close. Like at that point, everybody and their mother was like competing to get into this SMP. Because in the grand scheme of things, strength is a big deal. As far as like popular YouTube SMPs, you have like Lifesteal, Infuse, Levels, Bliss, Strength. It's somewhere in the top 5. I wasn't sure if I'd get in, but at the same time, I didn't feel like I deserve a spot. Yeah, they're just gonna say no. This is an easy decision for them. But regardless, I sent the application in and just ignored it for a while. Later on, I get added to a group chat that says, potential strength members, and I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Now I should mention this is like not a guaranteed way to get into strength. This just means you have potential. And the first message I see is like, yo, are you down to interview? And I'm like, oh dude, don't do this to me. Why me? Because if I had any sliver of a chance to get in, this interview would kill it right away. And honestly, it makes sense to interview people for an SMP just to kind of like gauge what kind of person they are and like, are they a good fit, you know? But I still did not want to interview at all. But it happened anyway. And like 5 minutes after I got added, I was immediately in a VC with Pantro and Ty. And they're asking me questions about things, about content, about YouTube, about me, and I was like so out of it. And the first question I think was like, so if you got added, what would you bring to strength? What is like something original that you can bring to strength? And I felt like such a moron right there because I don't have an answer. I just don't, because I don't see what I do as like being original. As YouTubers, we all draw inspiration from a lot of sources. Using one of my biggest videos as an example, becoming the most powerful player on this SMP in 1 week. Okay, I stole that title from Infamous JJ. I stole the intro from Infamous JJ. Like, what I'll do sometimes is I'll see a great video that I enjoyed watching, and I'm like, yeah, this is awesome, but how can I take this and twist it and make it my own? It's a good idea in theory. I wouldn't say I'm always very good at it, so thus I wouldn't call myself original at all. And here these two guys are just asking me, how am I original? And the same goes for most of their questions. Like, I just said, I don't know. I genuinely have no answer. And after they were done, I was like, holy shit, I bombed that interview so bad. I was so honest about it. It was unbelievably bad. Like, calling it bad was an understatement. Please never interview me ever again. And so in the call, I said to both of them, thank you for the opportunity, but I am not fit for this. You're picking the wrong guy. And so I told them to pass me on and invite someone else. So right there, I was like, okay, I'm definitely getting denied. I need to find a new server to play. I need to make better videos, and maybe later on I'll apply again. But right now, I don't feel like I'm ready for it. And as I'm saying all this to them directly, and I was not even looking at my screen, I had my hands over my eyes. I'm like, oh my God, I fucking blew this shit. I'm so stupid. I'm so lame. Why am I like this? And then they say, look at Discord, and Pantro has sent me 40 fucking messages of the invite link to season 2. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I had the most mid reaction ever. And so was all this a mistake? For the most part, I'd say, yeah, this was a mistake. I feel like I accidentally got invited. My video was not that good. And I bombed the interview so bad that I literally told them to pass me on and invite someone else. So I feel like I don't belong here. But Pantro and Ty see something in me that I don't. I don't know what that is. I don't know when they saw this. I don't even know where they got this from, but somehow, in some kind of Christmas miracle, I was able to finesse my way into the Strength SMP. And now I've been a member for a whole month now. To be fair, I still don't feel like I belong here, but I'll at least, you know, try it out for a bit and stick around. Maybe that feeling will change, maybe it won't, who knows. But I guess like the moral of the story here is like, you are your own worst critic. There is nobody in this world that cares or criticizes you more than you do yourself. But anyways, if you enjoyed this, make sure to leave a like and let me know in the comments if you want to see more of these. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one.